Know that you can be arrested for picking up junk from the side of the street. That's what happened to a Melbourne man yesterday. He was arrested for taking an old vacuum cleaner from a pile of rubbish. Joining us now with more is lawyer Sam Macedone. Good morning to you, Sam.
Morning, Karl.
It's an Aussie tradition. We spoke to you about this a couple of weeks ago about what our rights were.
Yes.
What happened in this individual case?
Well, in this particular case, some police officer has arrested some gentleman for picking up an old vacuum cleaner that had been put out in a council clean-up. And the thought behind it was that if you put your old rubbish out on the council footpath, it all of a sudden belongs to the council. Well, that's not the situation, really. All you're doing is getting rid of rubbish that you don't want, which means you're parting with possession of it. The goods are therefore abandoned, and if someone picks it up, it's not larceny. The only condition that I can see is if there is some council bylaw that says that in a clean-up, if you put it out, it belongs to us because we want to go through it and see if there's anything valuable, but that is hardly the case. Okay. And it's not the case in Melbourne.
So what are the rights? Because a lot of people are into this kind of thing, driving around the neighbourhood and picking up the old vacuum cleaners.
You've got every right in the world to pick up anything that's been abandoned on the footpath during a council clean-up. What it really means is that the owner has parted with possession. They don't care about whether someone takes it. They're not interested, therefore you can take it.
The council is also saying this morning that the issue is that once you put something on the curb, it is on council land. Is there anything that they can follow through on that particular point? Can they come through and say, well, hang on a second, Jim, you took that particular item, I'm going to pursue you in the courts now because it is our... Where does the law stand?
Well, the council has no right to make any claim to anything at all, whether it's on their nature strip, unless they can prove they own it. Now, unless you put it out onto the footpath with the express intention that it belongs to the council, that you are giving it to the council, which is hardly ever the case, then the council have no rights. Unless there's some bylaw that says you can't, and there isn't, basically.
All right, that's good news, Sam.
I mean, if you park your car out on the footpath, does that mean the council own it?
They can have it.
Well,
and dispose of it.
I mean, what's ridiculous about this situation in Melbourne, for instance, is if you carry it through. If I put an old refrigerator out because I no longer want it, and it stays there for a couple of days because the council are pretty slack in coming to pick it up, and then a friend of mine rings and says, what are you doing with that old refrigerator? And I said, look, I've just got rid of it. And they say, can I have it? And I say, look, not a problem. And I then go out and take it back. Am I stealing it from the council? No, that's just ridiculous.
Good point, Sam. Making a lot of good points this morning.
That's okay.
It's always good to have you in.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We had, of course, the old double-door fridge that didn't work from the States out on the front yard. I was telling you about a couple of weeks ago, Lisa, and that was pilfered at 3 o'clock in the morning. God love